I don't usually go into the woods, not real woods. I live in the city. My idea of nature is a thin park squeezed between high-rises and a strip of river that smells like metal after it rains. But last October, after a long week of night shifts and too many subway delays, I needed quiet, real quiet. So I took a commuter train north, got off at a stop with no storefronts, and followed a trail that promised moderate difficulty and scenic overlook. It was 2026. Everyone hikes now. There are apps for it. I downloaded one that tracks your route and lets you share it with friends. I didn't tell anyone where I was going. I just wanted a few hours without notifications. The trail started normal enough. Brown leaves, damp earth. The air had that cold, clean bite that makes your lungs feel rinsed. I could still faintly hear the highway for the first 10 minutes. Then even that faded. No sirens, no rumble of trains underfoot. Just wind slipping through branches and the soft crunch of my boots. It felt good. I walked for about 40 minutes before I realized something was off. The app on my phone said I was still on the main trail, but the markers on the trees had stopped. No painted blazes, no wooden signs, just trunks, gray and indifferent. I checked the map again. Blue dot, steady, path highlighted. According to the screen, I was exactly where I was supposed to be. But the forest didn't look like a trail anymore. The ground was uneven. Roots jutted up like knuckles. The air felt heavier, quieter. I almost turned back. Then I saw it, a door, just standing there. At first I thought it was part of some art installation. People do weird things in the woods. It was a plain wooden door, maybe 7 feet tall, painted a dull off-white. No frame, no walls, just hinges attached to nothing. It stood upright between two trees as if the forest had decided it needed an entrance. There was a brass knob. It caught the light. I remember laughing, actually laughing, because it was absurd. There was no structure around it, no cabin ruins, no foundation stones. The ground around it was undisturbed. Leaves lay naturally at its base. No footprints, no tire tracks, no sign that anyone had dragged it there. I walked around it slowly. From the back, it was still a door. Same paint, same knob, same hinges, no visible support. I told myself someone had to be messing with hikers. Maybe it was part of a viral marketing stunt, a scavenger hunt, a TikTok trend I hadn't seen. I pulled out my phone to take a picture. No signal. That wasn't unusual. I'd lost bars about 20 minutes back. But the hiking app was still open, the blue dot still blinking. I took the photo anyway. The shutter sound felt too loud. In the quiet, it echoed. That's when I heard something else. A faint knock. 3 taps, soft, from the other side of the door. I froze. I stared at the wood. My brain tried to rationalize it. A branch shifting in the wind. A squirrel. Wood contracting in the cold. But the knock came again. 3 taps, evenly spaced, like someone waiting. I stepped back. My heart was suddenly too loud in my chest. "Hello?" I called out, feeling stupid the moment the word left my mouth. No answer. Just the wind. I stood there for a full minute, staring at the knob. Then it turned. Slowly. The brass handle rotated downward, on its own. The door creaked open an inch, and all I saw was darkness. Not forest behind it, not trees, just black. Thick, flat, unnatural black. Like the inside of a room with no lights and no windows. The door opened a little wider. The hinges groaned softly. I should have run. Every part of me knows that now. But curiosity is a stupid, stubborn thing. I took a step closer. The air around the door felt colder. Not the crisp autumn cold of outside. This was damp, basement cold, like concrete in still water. I leaned slightly and tried to see inside. Nothing. No depth, no shapes, just dark. I reached out. I don't know why, maybe to prove it was real. My fingers crossed the threshold. and I felt something. Air, but moving, like a faint exhale against my skin. I yanked my hand back. The door slammed shut. The sound cracked through the trees. Birds erupted somewhere overhead. My breathing turned ragged. I stumbled backward. The door stood still again, silent, closed, like it had never moved. I stood there for a long time, waiting for it to knock again. It didn't. Eventually, I convinced myself I'd imagined it, that adrenaline and isolation had messed with my senses. I took another picture, then I walked away. I didn't look back, not once. The hike back felt longer. The forest seemed denser. Every snap of a twig behind me made my shoulders jump. When I finally reached the trailhead, the relief was overwhelming. Cars, pavement, a vending machine humming quietly. Civilization. I checked my phone. Signal returned instantly. Notifications flooded in. The path I'd walked wasn't there anymore. The map showed a straight line from the trailhead to a random patch of blank green. No detours, no wandering, no door. I told myself the GPS had drifted. Tech fails all the time. Still, that night in my apartment, I couldn't shake the image. The off-white paint, the brass knob, the knock. I opened my photos, scrolled to the picture I'd taken. It was there. The forest, the trees, but no door, just empty space between two trunks. Leaves, dirt, nothing else. I zoomed in. Nothing. No glitch artifacts, no weird distortion, just forest. I felt my stomach drop. I know what I saw. The next morning I went to work like normal. Subway rumbling beneath me. People packed shoulder to shoulder, screens glowing in tired hands. It felt unreal, like I was carrying a secret no one else could see. That night, around 1:30 a.m., I woke up. I didn't know why. My apartment was dark except for the faint orange glow from the streetlights outside. Then I heard it. 3 taps. Soft. On wood. I sat up slowly. It came again. 3 taps. From my bedroom door. My heart began pounding so hard it hurt. My bedroom door was closed. I never close it. I live alone. I stared at the handle, waiting for it to turn. It didn't. The silence stretched. I swallowed. "Hello?" I whispered. Nothing. I forced myself out of bed. Each step toward the door felt wrong, heavy, like I was walking towards something inevitable. I grabbed the knob. It felt cold. I opened the door. The hallway was empty. Kitchen dark. Living room still. Front door locked. Deadbolt in place. I checked every room. Closet. Bathroom. Nothing. No one. When I went back to my bedroom, I noticed something. On the inside of my bedroom door, 3 faint scuff marks in a vertical line, like someone had tapped from the other side. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. The knocking happened again 2 nights later, this time from the inside of my closet. 3 taps, soft, measured. I didn't open it. I couldn't. I sat on my bed staring at the closet door until dawn. The 3rd time it happened at work. I was alone in a back office finishing up paperwork. The fluorescent lights flickered slightly overhead. The building was quiet, too quiet. Then I heard it. 3 taps, from the supply closet behind me. My skin went cold. I turned slowly. The closet door was closed. The tapping came again. 3 knocks, soft, patient. I didn't open it. I left the room. I left early that day. On the subway home, I noticed something that made my throat tighten. Across the car, someone was staring at me. Not in a creepy way, not smiling, just watching. And when the train lurched, I saw it. Behind them, between 2 seated passengers, a door, standing upright in the aisle, off-white, brass knob. No one else reacted. No one moved. I blinked. It was gone. I got off 2 stops early. walked the rest of the way home in the cold. I stopped hiking after that, deleted the app, avoided parks, avoided anywhere too quiet. But it didn't matter, because the door started appearing in reflections, in the black screen of my TV, in the window at night, faint, behind me, always slightly open, and always dark inside. The knocking became more frequent. 3 taps, 3 taps, 3 taps. Not loud, never urgent, just persistent, like it knew I would answer eventually. One night I woke up to silence, total silence. No street noise, no hum of the fridge, no distant sirens, just stillness. I opened my eyes, and my bedroom wasn't my bedroom anymore. It was forest, cold air brushing my face, leaves under my back, trees towering overhead, and in front of me, the door, standing there, closer than before, slightly open, the darkness inside thicker now, almost textured. I tried to move. I couldn't. My body felt heavy, like the earth was holding me down. 3 taps echoed from inside the door, but this time, louder, more impatient. The door opened wider. The darkness seemed to shift. Not empty, not flat, moving, like something standing just beyond the threshold, waiting. I forced my hand to move. It trembled as I reached toward the ground. My fingers brushed leaves. Cold. Real. This wasn't a dream. The knocking stopped. And for the first time, something spoke. Not in words, not exactly. It was more like a pressure in my head, an understanding. You opened it. I tried to scream. Nothing came out. The door opened fully, and I saw it. Not a figure, not a monster, just space, an endless hallway of doors, each one slightly ajar, each one standing alone in darkness, some familiar, some different. Apartment doors, office doors, train doors, closet doors, and among them, mine, the one from my bedroom, the one from the forest, all connected, all leading somewhere or nowhere. The understanding pressed harder. You noticed. I realized then, the door in the forest hadn't appeared randomly. It had always been there. I just hadn't seen it before. And now that I had, it could see me. The pressure in my head shifted. Closer. 3 taps echoed again. But this time, from behind me, I managed to turn my head slightly. Another door stood between 2 trees. Behind me, closed. And I knew, with absolute certainty, something was on the other side of that one too. Something that had been knocking for a long time, waiting for me to answer. I don't remember how I got back to my apartment. I woke up in my bed, sweat-soaked, shaking, morning light leaking through the blinds. Everything looked normal until I looked at my bedroom door. It wasn't mine. The paint was off-white, the knob was brass, and there were 3 faint indentations near the center, like someone had knocked from the other side. I haven't opened it today. I'm sitting on my bed writing this, listening, waiting, because about 10 minutes ago, I heard 3 taps, not from the door, from inside the walls. Have you ever seen something in the corner of your eye that didn't belong? If you have, don't look at it too long. It might be a door, and once you see it, it sees you back. I told myself I would ignore it, the door, the taps, the thing behind it. But ignoring something that has already crossed into your space is like pretending a fire isn't spreading because you refuse to look at the smoke. It doesn't care. It keeps moving. After I wrote the first part, I made one mistake. I read it again. I reread my own words about the forest, about the hallway of doors, about the understanding that pressed into my mind. And the more I read it, the more details felt wrong. Not because they were inaccurate, but because they were incomplete, like something had been left out on purpose or edited. My phone buzzed while I was staring at the screen. No notification, No caller ID, just vibration. I opened it slowly. My notes app was open. I hadn't opened it, but there was new text added below what I wrote, not typed by me. It appeared line by line as I watched. It said, "You didn't see all of them." My throat tightened. The cursor blinked under the sentence. Then more text appeared. "There are doors that open outward and doors that open inward." I stared at the screen. My reflection in the black glass of the phone looked too still, too focused. Then the text continued. "You open the one that leads to us." My stomach dropped. I typed back, "Who is us?" The response appeared instantly. "Those who were archived." My hands started shaking. The text kept flowing. "The forest is not a location. It is a buffer, a waiting room between states. You stepped into it when you looked at the door." I swallowed hard. "You mean the first time?" "Yes. The moment you perceived it, you authorized access." My chest felt tight. "Authorized access to what?" Another line appeared. "To relocation." The lights in my apartment flickered. Not a quick blink, a slow dim, like power draining. I looked up slowly. The bedroom door, the one that had changed, was no longer just standing there. It was slightly open, just a crack, darkness visible beyond. My pulse spiked. I hadn't touched it. I hadn't moved. It opened on its own. 3 taps echoed from inside. Soft, measured, patient. The text on my phone updated again. "They are closer now." I moved slowly off the bed. Every instinct told me to run. But where? The door wasn't just an exit, it was connected to everywhere. Another tap, louder this time. I approached the door carefully, my breath shallow. My hand hovered over the handle. The wood felt colder than before. Another tap. Then, a whisper from the crack. "You already stepped through." My entire body froze. The voice wasn't coming from outside. It was coming from inside my room, from behind me. I turned slowly and saw it, standing in the corner, where the wall met the ceiling. Not fully formed, not solid, more like a distortion in space, a vertical ripple in reality. Its shape shifted constantly, sometimes tall, sometimes thin, sometimes resembling a silhouette made of negative space. And in its center was the door. Small, floating, off-white, with a brass knob. The door within the thing. It tilted slightly, like it was observing me. Then 3 taps came from it. Not sound traveling through air, but vibration traveling through thought. "You notice the layers," it said. I couldn't speak. My mouth wouldn't move. The thing in the corner slowly descended, not walking, sliding down the wall like gravity meant nothing. It stopped 3 feet from me, close enough that I felt cold air pouring from it. "You saw the archive," it continued. "You saw the version of yourself that was stored." My mind raced. Stored where? The door inside its shape creaked slightly open, and for a split second I saw inside. Not darkness, not emptiness, but rooms. Countless rooms, each identical, each containing someone standing frozen, looking outward, like exhibits, like copies paused mid-breath. And among them, me. Dozens of me, stuck in different expressions, different moments, some smiling, some screaming, some sitting at desks, some lying on floors, all alive, all trapped. The door closed. The entity's shape reformed. "You were never meant to leave the forest," it said calmly. "Your awareness made you unstable. Instability requires correction." My legs finally responded. I stumbled backward toward the bed. "Correction?" I whispered. The thing tilted its head. "The system replaces what resists." The bedroom door behind me slammed shut violently. I spun around. 3 fresh indentations appeared in the wood, like invisible fists had just struck from the other side. The room temperature dropped instantly. My breath turned visible. The entity raised what might have been an arm and pointed at the door. "You can return to containment, or you can fragment." "What does fragment mean?" I demanded. The door behind me began to warp, the wood bending inward like it was made of rubber. From the surface, another brass knob pushed through, slowly, forcing its way outward. Another door, emerging from inside my door. I realized then, the doors weren't portals. They were layers, stacked, built over one another. My apartment door wasn't mine anymore. It was just covering something older, something deeper. The new knob turned, slowly. From the inside, the door cracked open, and I saw the hallway. Except it wasn't my hallway. It was the endless corridor from the forest, stretching infinitely, doors lining both sides, all slightly open, all breathing softly. The entity's voice echoed behind me. "Choose. Step back into the archive, or walk forward into expansion." My heart was pounding so violently I thought it would rupture. "Either way," it added quietly, "you no longer remain singular." The hallway door opened wider. 3 taps echoed from deep within the corridor, answering, calling, waiting. I understood something horrifying in that moment. The forest door wasn't hunting me. It was offering me integration. If I stepped forward, I would join the rows, become another file, another version, preserved. If I stayed, the entity would split me, duplicate me, store pieces of me across multiple units. I wouldn't die, but I wouldn't be whole. The door behind me creaked again, the brass knob twisting. I had seconds. I made my choice. I ran toward the hallway, not because I wanted to, but because fragmentation felt worse than surrender. The moment I crossed the threshold, the apartment vanished. The hallway swallowed me. Doors slammed open on both sides. Dozens, hundreds, revealing versions of myself stepping forward. Some reaching out, some collapsing, some smiling knowingly. They surrounded me. One version grabbed my arm. "You chose this path before," he whispered. "Every time." I tried to pull away. "Every time?" I shouted. He nodded. "Your awareness resets. Your fear resists. Your resistance triggers archiving." The hallway began collapsing inward, doors folding like paper. The entity appeared again at the far end, growing larger as space compressed. "You will remember," it said calmly. "Then you will resist again, and we will store again." The walls squeezed closer, the copies of me pressed against my body. I felt myself fracturing, not physically, mentally. Memories splitting, thoughts duplicating, pain dividing into pieces, vision blurred, and then everything went dark. I woke up in my apartment, on my bed, breathing heavily. Morning light through the blinds, silence. No door changes, no entity, no hallway. I shot up immediately, checked the bedroom door. Normal, wood, regular handle, no brass, no indentations. Relief flooded me, until I noticed my phone. It was open to my Notes app. New text, added while I was unconscious. It read, "You fragmented successfully. 3 active instances remain." My blood ran cold. Below that, a new line appeared. "Instance 2 is awake." I froze, slowly turning my head toward the corner of my room, where the shadow was thicker than usual, where something was standing, watching, and it smiled, not with my face, but with recognition. I don't know how long I have before it fully integrates, or what happens when the 3 instances meet again. But if you ever wake up and feel slightly different, slightly misaligned, check your reflection. If it hesitates before copying you, then you're already part of the archive. And somewhere in the forest, a door is waiting for you to open it. Have you ever noticed your reflection lag behind? If you have, maybe you weren't looking at glass. Maybe you were looking at a doorway.